Exclusive call for action alert.
A local man says his e-cigarette blew up in his face just days ago, and now he wants you to see for yourself the damage that caused. We've reported on this issue before, but still little has been done at the federal level to make these products safer. Call for action reporter Lindsay Sablon was the only one to sit down with the man as soon as he got out of the hospital and shares his story.
4 days ago, Chris Thompson was on his way to breakfast when everything changed. Something he uses multiple times a day and swears by exploded in his face. I want to warn you, some of the video of Chris is pretty graphic.
And I never anticipated in a million years that it would be like a mini grenade going off in my hand.
One look at Chris Thompson and you can see he's been through hell.
It was as loud as a gunshot.
8 teeth are now wired to stay in place. His hands are burned and he has cuts on his eyes.
That I didn't know, with all the things that are happening around the country today, if it was an ambush, an IED, a hand grenade.
The ambush was Chris's e-cigarette exploding as he and his dad drove to breakfast Sunday.
I was about to take a puff off of it like I normally did hundreds of times before, and just had it in my mouth and pressed the button and it exploded.
I saw the white muzzle flash, the boom at the same exact time. The vehicle filled with toxic fumes. The floor in front of me was on fire.
And their window shattered.
I'm dropping the windows, stomping out the fire, slamming on the brakes, and my son's asking me, "Dad, what happened?"
Minutes later, they arrived at Englewood Emergency Room. From there, Chris was flown to Blake Trauma Center.
It's all soft.
We were with Chris when he went back to the car for the first time.
That's crazy.
He still couldn't believe it.
Guess my jaw was on the other end.
In this surveillance video that ran on Inside Edition, it shows other e-cigarettes exploding, just like Chris described. And a Wink News call for action investigation in November highlighted hidden fire dangers. One was lithium batteries. This is what the fire investigator we talked to said then.
Your e-cigarettes is a big one, and we have seen failures in those, but it all goes back to the lithium-ion batteries.
As for Chris, who thought these were a safer option than cigarettes,
I'd give it a second thought because this is going to take a long time to heal, and it's very painful.
Even before he's recovered, he's already doing whatever he can to make sure no one else ends up like him. Chris says the brand of his e-cigarette is a Sense Heracles. I reached out to the manufacturer, who appears to be a China-based company, but I haven't heard back. At this point, there are no regulations on e-cigarettes. I'm Call for Action reporter Lindsay Sablon, Wink News Now.